And welcome back to the Northridge 4x4 Do-It-Yourself Garage. And today we're going to take care of one of those little things that just drives me nuts on a Gladiator. And that is the taillights and how far they stick out from the side of the body. If we throw a tape measure on and measure them, you're going to see it's right about 2.5 inches. I mean, come on, really? Seriously, Jeep? I mean, it's easy enough to tear the taillights off a Wrangler when you're on the trail. But the Gladiator with the longer wheelbase and that bigger overhang, that's gonna make for a really bad day on the trail. But luckily, there's a fix. Oracle has released their flush LED taillights. These taillights are a lot tighter to the body and they're LED too, so it's perfect for those of you who didn't get the LED package on your Jeep. Now, installation is really easy on these flush mount taillights. There's just 2 screws and a plug or 2 per side. So let's get into that and then we'll show you the differences. So first we want to open the tailgate and then we're going to locate these 2 screws. Then you're going to use an 8mm or 5/16 socket or wrench and remove them. All right, now we want to come up behind the taillight and just give it a good love tap, maybe 2. And she'll pop right out. And then we'll reach up here to unplug our harness. We're going to flip down the red tab, push in the black, and then just give it a good pull. Grab the correct side Oracle light, flip it over. You'll see you've got 2 plugs and this LED diode. If you already have LEDs on your Jeep, you don't need this. You can just unplug it and leave it out. Now, if your taillights have the factory traffic sensors, we want to remove the 6 Phillips screws that are holding it in place. And we'll pull the bracket out, flip down the red lock, push down on the black, and your sensor's out. Now on the back of the Oracle light, we just have 4 screws that hold the sensor bracket in. Slip the sensor down in and right back in place. We're going to plug the sensor plug in. You don't have to worry about this if you don't have the park sensors. Now, for those of you who have halogen lights, you want to use the included LED diode. We're just going to throw a little sticky tape on the back. Just slide it down in, stick it in place, and then plug it into the Oracle light harness. Now we can grab our prepped taillight, plug that into the factory harness, hit the red tab up to lock it in place. Don't forget to plug in your LED diode if you need to. And push the light into place. Now we just reinstall our 2 screws. And that's it, you're done. Keep in mind, if you already have the LED package, these lights are plug and play. But if you have the halogen light package, you need to make sure that you install the Oracle supplied LED diode. This will draw the correct amount of amps so that the lights will work right. Now, if you have a Taser Mini on board, you can just get in there and toggle the taillights to LED, and then you don't need to run this diode. Now, before we install the other side, let's check out the difference between the 2 lights. Here it is with just the taillights on. Then the brake lights. Then the turn signals and 4-way flashers. All right, and now we're back to what we originally complained about, which was how far the factory lights stuck out, which was 2.5 inches. And that's huge on a long wheelbase truck like the Gladiator, especially in the woods. Well, now if we look at the Oracle lights, these stick out 3/4 of an inch. So that saves us 1 3/4 inch stick out. That's a huge difference. And well, then you gotta look at the cost. Currently, a pair of the Oracle flush mount taillights cost about the same as what one replacement LED factory taillight is. So before you go rip a taillight off the back of your Gladiator, maybe it's time for a set of flush mount Oracle LED taillights. Check the description box down below for a link to where you can get a set for your Gladiator. And of course, as always, we'll pay the freight. Thanks for watching our video. We'll see you again soon.